4 local women decided to get together and help children who were struggling with reading, writing, and spelling. They believed these children weren't looking for a different way out, but needed a different way in. So they decided to open a reading center in Schenectady and called it A Different Way In.
The children that we see are amazing students. They're smart and they're creative and they're talented. They are awesome and they have a lot to give, but they need a different way into literacy.
What's their way, their method? It's called Alphabetic Phonics. It's a multi-sensory structured language education program. This program is not only for dyslexic students, but any student that is struggling with reading or writing. They tailor the program for each student.
The word turkey, some children might think it's chirky. They've not heard that T. I have a child who has never heard digraph NG, the ng sound, like sing. She always thought words were sin. She never heard it, and she was very upset when she found out.
People learn different ways, and they are visual, auditory, and tactile kinesthetic learners. And that it's not that they can't learn, it's just that most of them learn a different way.
It's a 2 to 3 year program, and most students go in 3 times a week for 1-hour sessions.
With a child who is struggling or who is dyslexic, memory is usually an issue. And if you don't constantly review, the student will forget.
The program is very interactive. They teach students in a very structured and very organized way, step by step, sound by sound, concept by concept. They say they want the students to know how it works instead of relying on visual. Kathy says once a concept is taught, the child is then able to apply it to everything else.
Once they get those skills, then they can soar with the fluency and the enjoyment and the comprehension of reading.
Explicit teaching. It's very interactive. You absolutely know when somebody gets something or when they don't get it. And it's the difference about it is it's sequential. You know, it's built from the bottom and it goes up.
They taught me how to code and how to break up syllables out of words and how I could get the words quicker.
When they come in, they have very little confidence. They feel like they have failed, and it puts them in the most terrible position because they're so smart. And they don't feel smart. They don't look smart in front of their peers in school.
I used to hide behind stuff, hoping the teacher wouldn't call on me. I thought that maybe if somebody was gonna try to tell me to read out loud, I would get it wrong and people would start laughing at me.
All the parents that I spoke with said their child had been tested by their school psychologist, and most of them passed it with high scores. But the parents felt something wasn't right.
I just felt in my gut something wasn't right. She was having trouble learning the alphabet when she was in preschool. She was having trouble counting. Sounding out words were very difficult. She would often put the wrong words into sentences. I just knew as a parent that something wasn't right.
You know, originally they thought Nadia had a behavior problem, that it wasn't learning at all, that if she would just behave, she could learn. And by persistence, we got what we needed.
With math tests, I used to be able not to read them, so I couldn't really know what the problem was. So now I know how to read the math test.
The teachers and parents say that once the students realize that the program works, they gain confidence and their attitude about their own intelligence and abilities change as well.
It was like somebody turned on a light switch for her.
And it will work, and it does work. Once they see that, their eyes change. They don't come with fear anymore. They come with enthusiasm and confidence, and their life changes. And that's why we wouldn't give this up for anything on this earth.
I read books, I write. I raise my hand a lot in class, and I usually raise my hand to read. It's lots of fun, and it helps you a lot.
The best part about the program, it's free.
A child shouldn't get help based on a parent's ability to pay.
If you would like more information on A Different Way In Reading Center, like us on Facebook. I'll be posting the contact information right on our page. In Schenectady, Paula Gretzinger, Parentology.